Welcome to my desk tour video. Here's some silky B-roll shots for your viewing pleasure. I'm going to walk you through the items on my desk that make me ultra productive, a productivity machine. I've put way too much time into researching every one of these items. Honestly, if I would have just spent that time working, I'd probably have, a thriving business at this point. I'm still trying to learn the value of my time, but anyway, please enjoy my desk tour video. The most important item on the desk setup is obviously the computer. I'm using the MacBook Pro 14-inch, and it is my work computer, so there are absolutely no personal projects on here. I've never done any personal work with this machine. As you can see, I use just the laptop. I don't have like an external keyboard or mouse. I actually did try it for a little bit, but I just like this setup for designing and for video editing. I'm just so used to it, I think. I do a lot of like the gestures with the trackpad, so especially the pinch to zoom. It's also nice with this setup, I can kind of take it anywhere. I could take it upstairs. I work in the kitchen a lot of times, or take it to the office, and it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change my productivity because I'm used to using the mouse, and if I don't have the whole setup, then I can't be as productive. I call this the fast and light setup. I'm not plugging it in and then using a keyboard. This is like, I'm ready to go.
I grip it and I rip it. I live with a lot of flair. I live it on the edge.
The only bad thing with this is having to look down as I'm typing. I feel like I'm looking down, and then the posture is getting really bad, which is why I got this next item, which is the desk shelf. It kind of raises everything up, gets that superb posture. This is the Grove Made solid oak desk shelf. So Grove Made, if you've ever seen one of these desk tour videos, you've probably seen a lot of Grove Made stuff. And that's for two reasons. One is they are on top of their creator influencer game. I don't even have a huge following, and they reached out to me and wanted to send me some stuff. So I said, okay, obviously, because of reason number two, that their stuff is super high quality. It's really nice, and in some cases, outrageously expensive. So I'll give my honest thoughts on the couple of Grove Made products that they sent me. I went with the desk shelf because I think it gives the desk like more dimension, the layers, it looks more interesting. I do think that it also helps with posture, kind of looking up at things. There's some Andrew Huberman thing I read about posture and how you want to look up. So I also really like the storage. So I've got this little felt container here that I got from Amazon. And in here I've got like sticky notes and batteries, cables, pens, lighter. I like the look of some of those cork containers, like Grove Made has one, and then there's another one that I was looking at, but they're expensive. So it's hard to beat a $10 felt container from Amazon. I also have this leather Grove Made mouse pad thing that I bought before Grove Made even reached out to me. I was gonna go with like the nice desk pad look, but the one that I got is too small. So the MacBook fits like halfway on, halfway off. So for now, it's living under the desk shelf. The monitor that I'm using is this curved LG monitor. I'm not sure the details on this, like which one it is. I got it from the company that I work for. I think I actually have to give it back when I leave, but I thought I would hate the curved monitor thing, but it's been awesome, especially for video editing. So I can have like a huge timeline here. At my previous company, I had the LG ultra fine 5K monitor because I'm a designer. I need to see precise colors in the highest resolution. It was like half the size of this, and I like this thing way better. All right, up next is the UGMonk analog. You can see it's a solid walnut base that holds these cards. This one is the Today card. You can put your to-do items here. They have little circles, and then it's got the dot grid on the back of the card. This is an absolutely critical piece to my desk setup. If you don't have the UGMonk analog, I don't know how you're even planning your day. I don't know what else you would write your to-do list on. This thing is $90. $90 and completely unnecessary. I got it with a home office stipend. It's incredibly overpriced, but it looks nice. So if you're, fancy and you don't mind dropping some money, or you have like a home office stipend, then check out the analog. It's got 3 different kinds of cards. So you can see today and then next. So that's like, the next stuff that you're working on, and then someday. It's pretty cool. My biggest problem with this is it feels like such high quality, like paper, that I feel bad writing on it. It's like nothing I have to write down is important enough to put on this kind of paper. So I end up using sticky notes a lot more. I actually do use a similar system to what they have, like the today, next, and then someday, but I do it in my Apple Notes. So I have this note called Things I Could Do. Actually, let's see if any of this stuff is too embarrassing to show. I think it's good. So yeah, things I could do. And then I have a section for today. This is all the stuff I'm trying to get done today. Then I have a tomorrow, and this one kind of comes and goes depending on if I need it. And then I have a this week, which also comes and goes depending on how much I need it. All right, moving along, this desk. This is the 72-inch fully Jarvis sit stand desk. And I actually do stand quite a bit. It's kind of nice to mix things up when you're working all day. This one is huge though. It's too big. I would probably go with the next size down if I were to do it again. And I actually did buy this with my own monies. This wasn't a home office stipend or a sponsorship or anything. And I've really liked it. It's awesome. I think it could be cool to get like a solid butcher block table, something that's like, you know, thicker than this, just a solid slab of wood. And then you can buy these sit stand legs on Amazon. If you're broke, you could look into the IKEA wood veneer desk and then get some legs on Amazon. Super cheap way to get a sit stand desk that would look amazing, you know, for the first couple months before it starts to peel up. One thing you'll notice is I don't have a nice docking station. You know, the units you can buy that you plug everything into, and then you just need the one USB-C that you plug into the MacBook. I don't have that. That's probably next on the list, honestly. It's annoying having to plug everything into the computer, the external hard drive, phone charger, audio interface, monitor. It's a lot. You can also see that my cable management is not great. Next are the other two products that I chose from GroveMade. The first is this iPhone charging stand, and you have to buy the actual MagSafe charger separately. But this thing is awesome. It's super heavy, really high quality. I was actually surprised with how much I love this thing. It's nice to have your phone charging all day. Honestly, it's probably my favorite thing that I got from GroveMade. I've seen some cheaper ones on Amazon that will actually charge your AirPods and your watch wirelessly as well, which would kind of be nice. Then this is the GroveMade headphone stand holding the Sony WH-1000XM4 headphones. I love these headphones. I got them with the home office stipend. They're like $300, but totally worth it. They're awesome, great noise canceling. They're, you know, lightweight. You can wear them for hours and doesn't hurt your head. But this stand, it looks amazing, and it's, you know, as you would expect, super high quality, like really good materials on here. You can see like the cork on the bottom. Amazing design. I don't know if I would ever recommend this to someone. It's so expensive for what you're getting. It's $180. And again, you could probably just check Amazon and get something for a fraction of the price that, you know, also looks decently nice. This chair is the Hayworth Soji Mesh office chair. I got this when I started at my current company, and I do think I get to keep when I leave. But this chair has been amazing. I've been using it for the last 8 months, and I love it. It's a great chair. It has all the adjustments that you would expect. It's super nice build quality, looks nice. Okay, now I'll quickly go through my YouTube setup. A lot of people these days are recording themselves for work or for other things, and people ask me all the time what my setup is. So I'll go through the 2 or 3 things that I use that would make the biggest difference for a beginner. So first is the light. So, I mean, the 3 things are a light, microphone, and then the camera. But the light that I use is the Godox SL60W with the Godox P90 light box, and the newer heavy duty light stand from Amazon. The light is pretty heavy, so you want a solid light stand that's not gonna fall over, because with the light, you're kind of maneuvering around it all the time as you're making videos. The light is great. The brightness is adjustable on the back. The build quality is just okay. A little plastic piece broke off like the first week that I got it, which was pretty disappointing. But overall, I really like this light setup. All in, this costs around $300. I actually use this China ball light from IKEA for a long time, and it costs like $12 and does a pretty good job. Not bad for like a $12 light. In my opinion, it's way better than one of those like Amazon ring lights. Next is the microphone. So the audio quality makes a huge difference in the overall kind of perceived quality of your video. So the microphone that I use most of the time is the Rode VideoMic Pro, and I should have gone with the Pro Plus because it actually is powered by the camera's battery. This has its own battery, and you have to actually manually turn the microphone on. So I've several times recorded a bunch of stuff without turning the mic on, and then it's just, you know, silence, me just talking, just wasted footage, wasted hours of my life. I also boom the mic, so it's on a stand, and I get it as close to my face as possible while still being like out of the frame, instead of putting it on the camera. Because if it's on the camera, it's farther away from you. And I guess to get good sound, it's all about getting the microphone as close to your mouth as possible. So like the sound paneling and stuff doesn't matter as much as just like getting the mic close. If I were a beginner just starting out, I would probably stop right there. I'd get the China Ball IKEA light, or if you want, spend the $300 to get this lighting setup, then I'd get a nice microphone, and then I would get a tripod with an iPhone, and I would just record videos on my iPhone. As far as a microphone that will plug into the iPhone, you could go with a lav mic. So these are a couple of different options. This is the Rode lav mic, And if you have to buy a different cable, but this will plug directly into your iPhone, and then it wirelessly, transmits to the tiny microphone. This will actually record the audio from this onto your phone, which is nice. Another option is something like this. This is the Tascam lav mic. And this is actually an audio recorder itself. So the audio is recorded directly onto here, and then you'd have to sync the audio afterwards. But it's good enough to get started. I mean, this simple setup, like you wouldn't even need a light. You could just go by a window. That would also, give really good lighting. But some really big YouTubers like Ryan Trahan, this is his setup. He did the Penny series, which got hundreds of millions of views, and he recorded the majority of it on his iPhone and with this exact lav mic, with the Tascam lav mic. So kind of annoying to sync up the audio afterwards, but this would be an extremely cheap way to get started. It would give you sufficient audio quality to not look completely noobish. As far as a camera, if you're looking for something, better than the iPhone, or you want like the blurry background, depth of field, different options, this is the camera that I've been using for all of my videos up until now. So I just recently got the Sony FX3, which is what I'm filming on right now. But all my videos up until now have been shot on this thing, the Canon M50 with the Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens. This is an awesome little setup. It gives you really good depth of field. The 4K on this camera sucks, and then a couple other limitations that made me want to switch over. But if you're just starting out, this thing's been pretty awesome. But there's a bunch of other cameras in this category of kind of vlog style with a screen that comes out. And probably newer options. This camera's pretty old now. But yeah, this is what I've been using for the last year and a half. If you are interested in YouTube or content creation in general, I'm actually starting a second channel where I'm talking only about content creation, the things that I'm learning. I'm gonna be interviewing some top creators, hopefully, but the purpose will be just to share what I'm learning and to a more specific audience that's actually interested in content creation and YouTube. So follow me over there if that's you. I appreciate you watching my desk tour video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.